want to show you something. Not that. Something else. Come here. So down here in the shop, and this is the tool wall. It is attached to my latest bench, which is just a utility bench. Some storage underneath for different parts that I need. I'm working with. Bit of planing going on here. Nothing much. You can see the wall itself is supported with a couple of 2x4s that run up into the floor joists here and are attached. Not a lot of detail in this build. You can see at the joinery here, it's pretty simple. You know, that's shop-made goods at its finest, right? Yeah, not a lot going on there. It's sheet goods. But this guy went to Lowe's, picked up one of those 2x4 prefab pine combination of like 3 boards, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. And it works great. To get my idea figured out, started by laying out my tools. You can see there, I've got just about everything that's on the wall now marked out and laid out just as it is. You just basically overlay it right on top of it. Protractor, compass, PLs, scribes. And of course there's pinholes in there where I then marked the location of the dowels. Now this is a crucial part of this type of build, are these little wooden dowels with 1/2 inch neodymium magnets just tacked onto the end with what do you call it? Contact cement. Why can I never think of that? Here's the magnets. Got these at Home Depot, I believe. They were actually locked up because they had problems with people stealing these. It's like a $3.50 package of magnets. I mean, it's basically the industrial version of a refrigerator magnet, and people are stealing them. Anyway, get these, contact cement, put them onto dowels here, and then just find the mark that you put according to your schematic with your awl or whatever sharp object you want to stab the board with. Drill it out, and then glue one of these bad boys in there. And here's how it works. See that? 2 of them back there. It's resting on the center on one for support. It's fine. Down here, this is all laid out according to what I reach for the most. And so I've got these guys real close. Always got to have one of those handy. This helps. If you know what that is, you know how helpful that is in a lot of things. Always a go-to. That, because I do small and medium-sized work a lot of times, I just need to be able to grab a good, solid, tiny L. Just to check things. You know, bandsaw setup, that kind of deal. Got 2 of these. This one I got initially years back. And I thought, oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I didn't use it very much. But it comes in handy with working in the round and in fine joinery. You just, the odd project where you really need some finesse and a thin pencil line. This guy, when I reach for it, I'm thinking more in terms of kerf. I want a score that's going to go through there and let me edge my saw blade right up to that line so I get a clean cut. Down here, there's magnets embedded on the back side of this so that, you know, these little rulers like this, these thin Incra rulers can just slip in there and you can see how it just snaps in. Yeah, I don't think I can get a good image on it, but it's canted back at, I'll say if this is 90, then that's going to be back about 20-25 degrees. And I just went in from the other side, took the cut off from this whole piece, laid it on this side on the drill press, and then drilled there, which that would make that side over there that's got the angle on it flat. Then just drilled like, I don't know, 4 holes and embedded again the 1/2" magnets in there. So that's great. It, you know, works for a big scraper. Just drop it in and it's not coming out. And it's at such an angle that I'm not going to cut myself. You know, I'm not going to come down and tear myself up on that. Of course, I've got some space here. This is a work in progress. I've left enough room over here for another of these. Now this, let me get a stand and I'll kind of walk through what that is. You can kind of see it. Let me get a light on it here. You can kind of see what it does, right? I've got an X-Acto knife here, chip carving knife, and then one of those European woodworking knives. Those come in really handy for a lot of things. You can see that profile, I love it. Then just, you know, general mid-size carving chisels and gouges, V's and whatnot. But this moves, right? So let me get that stand I was talking about and I'll be right back. Okay, so let me be clear. In my best Obama fake white guy voice, let me be clear. This thing doesn't move on its own, right? I mean, so if you're waiting for poltergeist activity, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you down. It's just not gonna happen. I hope it's not gonna happen. It shouldn't happen. I've got this attached pretty solidly now with screws going in on either side there. Which, one of these, go in, loosen that up a little bit, go through here, find the screw head, loosen that up a little bit. We should be golden to remove it, right? So, just like so, slips off, and then you can see back here, these slip fasteners, I forget exactly what those are called, but then the whole thing, you see this angle here, this slope is cut so that it can sit like so, but there's no support for it, right? Well, there is support for it, and it's right here. You pop this out, it's got a magnet there and a magnet there, but it's also got a slot, and you see the slot cut up in there at that angle? So what we do is, you see the angle cut on that. Pop this out, flip it over, stick it up in that slot, and then that angle there matches this, and you've got your tools stood at the proper angle. Just reach in, grab it like that. There's no lifting up. You see, I don't have to lift up like that. I just pull it out and it slides on this canted floor here. And it's out. So wherever you hang this, you can have safety. So you're not going to touch your stuff. It's really hard. You have to reach up underneath there to get to the cutting edges. You just grab it where you normally would grab a chisel, gouge, slide it back in, and it stays in place. And again, you know, it's got a handle on it. This part back here slides out. Lift it up on both sides. It's kind of hard to do, trying to keep a camera angle solid, but slides back into place, and then I just hang it back on the wall. You kind of know when it clicks in, and then once it's in, it'll hang there. I just like to tighten up the screws through here so that if I do decide to pound on this bench, or this gets knocked around, you know, there's any ruffian stuff going on in here, that it's not gonna pop up and off of there. And you can see along the edge, inside and on the outsides, when it's securely fastened to the wall. I love it. I can take that anywhere in the house. It's not really made to transport to a work site, to a fair, to some kind of woodworkers gathering or event, but around the shop it's great. And this version is for just carving tools, as you can see. I've got another one in works with a little larger openings on this bottom section for some of my other larger, more cabinetry based tools. And again, I plan to have 2 of these here. This one will be mostly transportable because I'm going to build the remainder of my carving bench and put that upstairs. And that'll be dedicated carving. So that I can get out of here. I'm in a basement now. I just want to, just get out of here and go do something. And in my case, a lot of times, that going to do something is carving. Making these little boxes like that. The grape, that's not finished. It needs painted one. You can see grapes and whatnot on it, and I don't want to do that down here. That's portable. That guy's portable. There's going to be more here. But this setup is not portable. Nice big L's. That's going to a dedicated carving bench. My die-hard bench here with all the gunk on it right now is doubling as workbench, router table. And you see the kind of, well, you can't see it, but you can see the see-through phenolic spot, the actual router bits there. Hey, let's go up underneath there and take a look. See if we can see it in the dark. Oh! Yeah. Big old Triton. Right there, buddy. Up underneath. And it's got power on it. But it's a knockdown version of a bench I got from, I forget what bench book. But the Scottish guy went to Australia to teach some lessons, and he had to, do some instructing. And he had to have a bench that was portable, move from town to town, but would lock up. So when I put pressure on this, those joints get tighter in any direction. I'm putting like 80 pounds, 90 pounds of force on that thing, and you see it ain't budging. Made out of pine, just pretty thick pine, but it's a workhorse. I've been busting that thing for 25 plus years now. And it's just a 2x4 piece of sheet good, so it's 3/4 inch Asian hardwood, right? It's not you wouldn't deck a floor with that. It's like twice as much as normal sheet, and you can't really find that stuff anymore. Prices have gone up crazy. But back to this guy. Everything is ordered, laid out in a fashion of what I reach for the most. Like that, I'm not working with that every single day. Nor that. That kind of, I'm kind of always reaching for that, but it's tiny and it's lightweight, and that's the second principle of a wall like this. Keep your heavy stuff down low, and keep your light stuff up there. This is relatively light. What I plan to put just below it is heavy. Over here, kind of light. Down here, heavy. Saws, I'm going off to the side with saws. Like you can see down here, little hooks that I'm putting some clamps on. And that's, clamps that I'll need on a bench this size and this strength. It's all got a reason behind it. But maybe you'll let me know in the comments what you would put in this. What would you do? Because it's time, if you like this idea, for you to start thinking like, oh man, what would I do with my tools in a setup like that? This is fast. It's magnets. And this one's not magnets. It's just pine cut at an angle of, what this likes to hang at, with some put oak glued to the end of it. Just me being cutesy or whatever. As well as this L. This guy, little put oak stays. You can see it's just put oak glued on the end of a dowel, right? Even up here. So, like that, you get your position. You just go up a little bit over that top part, and it sits right in. This guy, of course, I don't want to scratch up that surface, so I got blue tape over those magnets, but just set it down, lean it back, and bam, it clicks in. Behind here, again, same deal. A couple of magnets. This is all steel. So, hook it, and then, boom, magnets have it. It's not going anywhere. This guy, it's kind of cute. the actual fastener is where the magnet is. That didn't need a dowel, just needed a magnet inserted. But once it's there, it's there. Yeah, I dig it. There's no like French cleat. There's no, I don't know, man. I don't want to knock other people's things because everybody's got their use scenario. Everybody's got things that they do, the way they like to work. So those things are great. They work. But let me tell you, there's some busyness in doing that. And this is dead simple. You could take a portable drill, some dowels, a packet of these magnets for $3.50. Have a sawhorse run out anywhere in the world, China, third world, work in a closet in Peru. I don't know what you're up to, man. You could be Indiana Jonesing it in some cave, right? I mean, I hope you do that. Film that and show it to me because that's badass, right? But you could throw one of these together in as much time as it really takes the glue to dry. No joke. And it takes about that much skill. This is like teach a monkey to do this in your spare time, right? So you don't have to do it twice. But there it is. And I hope this helps somebody out there think through it, wade through it. I know it's not done, but as you can see from the size of this portable chisel rack, that most of the space, the remaining space here and down here is going to be filled with similar things to that. So yeah, I'll fill you in. I'll have an update on this. And again, like I say, make yourself a template, draw it out, you know, if you have to tape several sheets of notebook paper together, right? Lay it out on the kitchen floor and be like an 8-year-old again or a 6-year-old, then have fun. Take that trip, take that journey with yourself. Make this, tape it up to your board, and just boom. You can see the holes, the little circles drawn with the holes punched. Once those are punched, your board's marked. You're ready to drill. Get your thing going. All right, that's it. I'm out.